Hi, so we're going to do some Pilates, and we're going to start with the warm-up and the core mobility. We will use a timer so that we don't do more than 15 minutes, and we'll move over to another video, so you'll go into another link. As always, please listen to your body and make sure you don't exercise into any pain and any movements or any previous injuries, just to watch them. Okay, so we'll start with a roll down. So at times I'll ask you to do roll downs, and just as always, just modify where you want to. Okay, so I'll start standing. So you're going to be hip socket distance apart. So feet knees together, then first position, hip socket. Then your knees are slightly softened, body weight through the feet, and then roll down. Just keep the lift of the rib cage away from the floor. Yeah, and like everything relax through the upper body, looking towards the knees. Take a deep breath in through the back. As you exhale through the mouth, roll up, press into the legs, stack the pelvis, the ribs on the pelvis, the shoulders, and the head last. So we'll do that a couple of times, then we'll do some side stretches. I'm going to do it seated. So reach up as you inhale, exhale, stretch. So really take an inhale into the rib cage here. Inhale through the nose, exhale, circle the arm around. And again, inhale, lift, and exhale. So this is the other arm, breathe in and breathe out. Okay, so now do repeat any exercises you wish to. We'll move on to the mat work. So supine. So we're lying in a neutral pelvis, neutral spine position. Make sure you've got your ball nearby and knees are flexed, feet flat. Yeah, and eye gaze to the ceiling, just scan down through the body so the head is touching the mat, the shoulder blades, back of the rib cage heavy, natural lordotic space between the lower back and the mat, sacrum heavy, feet flat, knees point up to the ceiling. Bend the elbows, take the hands onto the rib cage and relax the neck and shoulders and jaw. Take an inhale. Deep breath in, breathe into where your hands are, and then exhale through the mouth like you're blowing up a balloon. As you exhale, you just feel your tummy muscles moving away from your hands, activating your transverse abdominal muscle, that belt that wraps around the abdominals. And again, inhale, exhale. We'll do an imprint and release. So do check in with your other video to make sure you do the warm up a bit longer, because this is a quicker version. So thumb on the lower ribs, index finger on hip bones. Inhale to prepare. Exhale through the mouth. Pelvic floor slightly lifts and engages as the lower back gently moves to the mat as you imprint the lumbar spine, not pushing it down or jarring in, just gently letting it tilt backwards. At the inhale, you let the pelvis rock forward. Think of a bucket of water over a well. Inhale and then exhale. Inhale, release to neutral. And again, exhale. The rib cage glides down towards the hips as you feel that muscle wrap around the waist. Inhale, release. So we'll go into leg raises. You can let your arms relax by your side, and you can do toe taps afterwards with the other video. Inhale, exhale, pelvic floor lifts, right leg into tabletop. Inhale, hold, exhale, left leg into tabletop. Knees are tracking above your hips. Inhale, stay. Exhale, return the right foot, the left foot, and then let the pelvis release to neutral. Inhale to prepare. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Pelvic floor lifts, lower back gently moves to the mat. So you imprint the lumbar spine, left leg up. Inhale, hold, exhale, right leg up. Keep it all in the abdominals. Inhale, stay. Exhale, pelvic floor lifts, left foot down, right foot, and release to neutral. So you can continue going with those into toe taps, and then we'll get the ball and just wake up that transverse abdominal muscles. Fingertips pressing into the ball, neck and shoulders relax. You inhale, prepare, exhale, inhale, release. And again, exhale, inhale, release. You can do about 5 of these. Relax the neck and shoulders, and you're pressing so you've got the bigger ball, not the smaller one, and release. Okay, so going into hip rolls, so you can place the ball between the knees, feet close into the sit bones, arms long by the side, and make sure the big toe outside of foot and contact with the mat. Nice long spine, collarbones wide as you take an inhale. As you exhale through the mouth, press into the legs, curl the pelvis off the mat, articulate up bone by bone to the shoulder blades no higher. And really reach your knees over your toes. Keep standing into the feet, glutes and hamstrings active as you inhale. Exhale, just surrender the spine down, link by link, bone by bone through imprint to neutral. You can do about 4 or 5 of these. Try one with the arms crossed. That's in the other video. You inhale, exhale, rolling off the mat, bone by bone, all the way up to the shoulders, no higher. Inhale to stay here, reach the knees over the toes. Exhale, control, push into the legs, walk the spine down, bone by bone through imprint and back to neutral. Release the ball, and then we'll go into spinal rotation. You've got the longer one on the other video, so arms out, inhale, prepare, exhale to imprint, pelvic floor lifts one leg, other leg up, squeezing the inner thighs together, neck and shoulders relaxed. Keep the knees tracking above the hips, side to side. You inhale, prepare. Exhale, send the legs to the side. Inhale, hold. Exhale, back to center. And exhale to the other side. Inhale, hold. Exhale, back to center. Keep going. You can do one more on each side of these. And then place the feet down one at a time. So just reach your arms up for arm scissors. So we're going to start first with the protraction and retraction of the scapula. We inhale, reach, and exhale, let the shoulder blades drop down. Inhale, reach, let the shoulder blades drop down. Now, retract through the scapula. As you inhale, just feel the shoulder blades slide towards the spine. Exhale, release. Inhale and release. So now watch the rib cage and pop or flare. We'll do one arm up, one arm down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale. Bring the right arm to the ear, left arm by your side. Watching you're not letting the rib cage pop. Keep it down. Control with the abdominals. Inhale to center. Exhale. Other arm up, other arm down. Inhale to center. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. And inhale back. And now both arms reach behind as you exhale, reaching both arms behind you. Inhale. And exhale, reach the arms to the outside of the hips. So palms facing down, we do ab prep, neutral pelvis, neutral spine. And we're going to inhale, nod the chin, eye gaze drops. Exhale, flex off the mat. Just watch you're not lifting the shoulders to the ears. Breathe into the rib cage here. And exhale, lengthen down. And again, inhale, head nod. Exhale, flex the spine and arms parallel to the floor. Now, back of the rib cage is in contact with the mat. Breathe in here. And exhale. And again, inhale and exhale, flex. Shoulders relax from the ears. Breathe into the rib cage here. Exhale, releasing down. Now, ab prep, reaching the arms behind you. And we inhale, bring your hands above the shoulders, nod the head. Exhale, flexing off the mat. Now, keep looking towards the legs. You inhale, bring the arms by the ears. Exhaling down. And again, head nod as you inhale. Exhale, flex. Inhale, arms by the ears. And exhaling down. So come onto your front for prone. So dark position first, arms long by your side, legs reaching nice and long, toes gently pointed, legs anchoring the floor, pubic bone pressed down to the mat, belly button lifted light away from the mat, make a dot with the nose on the mat. And we inhale, slide the shoulders together, palms face in, exhale, extend. And keep the legs active, reach the top of the head from the toes as you inhale, exhale, releasing. And again, inhale, slide the shoulders, exhale, extend, inhale. Really lengthen the top of the head from the toes, legs active, exhale down. You can do 2 or 3 or 4 of those. One hand on top of the other under the forehead, shoulders relaxed. And you inhale, slide the shoulder. Legs need to be really active, glutes active, pelvic floor. Slide the shoulders down the back as you inhale. Exhale, hover the arms up no more than a centimeter. Inhale, hold, exhale down. And again, slide the shoulders as you inhale. Exhale, hover, inhale, stay. And exhale down. Now flex the knees, dorsiflex the ankles. Make sure your knees are slightly wider than the hips. Upper body relaxed, forehead resting into the hands and pubic bone pressed into the mat and pelvic floor lifted. So we gently exhale, squeeze the heels together. Inhale, release. So pubic bone pressed down, exhale, squeeze the heels. Inhale, release. Neck and shoulders and jaw relaxed. Pubic bone pressed down, then exhale, gently squeeze the heels. Inhale, release. One more. And inhale, release. Release the legs out nice and long. Take your hands by your shoulders like you're doing push-up. Round the spine and come back to a child's pose. So really sit back onto your heels and let the neck and shoulders and jaw relaxed and take an inhale. Breathe into the back of the rib cage here. Exhale. Or you can bring your arms by your side. Palms facing up to the ceiling. Deep breath in. And exhale. One more deep breath in to the lower lobes of the lungs and exhale, sit onto the heels, stack the pelvis, ribs, shoulders and head. Ready for your roll up. So sorry, I've lost the circle. You can hold your circle in your hands. I've literally lost it on the way into the other room. Holding your circle. Legs nice and long and active. And ankles dorsiflexed, toes point at the ceiling. Holding the circle. Or palms facing forward. I'm going to do palms facing forward because I have lost my circle within seconds. So stabilize the shoulders. Inhale, bring your hands above the shoulders, nod the head. Exhale, flex and roll up, flex over. Keep the ribcage lifted, looking down to the legs, shoulders relax, arms in line with the body. Now squeeze the glutes as you roll back, drop the shoulders, looking to the right big toe. Control as you roll down bone by bone through imprint to neutral. Inhale, head nut, exhale. Rolling up, keep the legs in contact with the mat. Keep the abs active, looking to your left big toes. You squeeze the glutes, rolling back, bone by bone, legs stay in contact with the floor. And again, inhale and exhale, rolling up, flex over. Now keep your arms by your ears as you inhale, roll up nice and tall, shoulders relaxed, looking to your right big toe. Squeeze the glutes. So this is a mix of neck pull, legs active, 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 roll down. And again, head nod. And exhale, rolling up. Flex over, rolling up, arms by the ears, lifting up nice and tall, looking to the left big toe. Glutes active, legs active, and control as you walk the spine down. And again, just roll up into seated position for your spine twist. So cross your legs, or you can sit with your legs extended, toes pointed up to the ceiling, if that's more comfortable, sitting on a cushion. And firstly, we're just going to do arms out, hands slightly forward, eye gaze in line with your horizon, keeping that lift of the body. Imagine you're spiraling upwards towards the ceiling, pelvis is nice and neutral, head stacked on the shoulders, stacked on the pelvis. So we inhale, prepare, exhale, 1, 2, 3, inhale back to center. And other side, spiraling upwards. We exhale once, obliques work contralaterally twice for 3, exhale and inhale back, exhale. So obliques working, inhale, spiral backwards. So relax the arms, we're just going to stretch side to side. We inhale, breathe in to let the ribcage expand, exhale. Take your left hand to the right knee, right arm behind. Deep breath into the ribcage, exhale, switch. Deep breath into the ribcage, and exhale, switch. Inhale here, and exhale, switch. Inhale, and exhale back to center, getting ready for rolling like a ball. So coming to the end of the mat, hands to the ankles, roll back on the sit bones, and then just let your toes come off the mat. Looking towards your legs, to your knees the whole time. Only rolling to the shoulders, now higher. You inhale, roll to the shoulders, and exhale, coming forward. Inhale, rolling back, exhale, coming forward. And again, inhale, rolling through the center of the spine, exhale, coming forward. Now we do that little balance. So keep looking to the legs, bring the arms by the ears. Inhale and exhale. Now inhale, rolling just to the shoulders, exhale forward. And then hold it here, not letting the feet rest. Inhale and exhale. And then again, we inhale, roll back just the shoulders, exhale. And let's get ready for single leg stretch. So we'll do single leg stretch followed by your obliques. So lying on your back, arms long by your side. So we go in to, we breathe in first to neutral, exhale to imprint, pelvic floor lifts, obliques active, one leg, other leg up, hands gently touching the outside of the knees, shoulders stable. We inhale, nod the head, exhale, flex the head and shoulders. Now keep the body nice and still and stable, core active. So we inhale, bring the right leg towards you, push the left leg away, point the toes, do plantar flex. Inhale, switch, and exhale, reach. Keep everything still, shoulder blades off the mat, chin tucked, eye gaze low. Exhale, switch, inhale, switch, and exhale, reach. Exhale, shoulders relaxed. Last one. Back into tabletop as you inhale. Exhale, lower the head and shoulders, release the arms, release the feet one at a time. Now, flex the elbows. So keep your hips nice and level. Flex the elbows, keep your elbows in your peripheral vision. Inhale, nod the head. Exhale, flex the head and shoulders and reach the right hand to the outside of the left leg. And you're leading with the rib cage. Inhale, down. Other side. Exhale, reaching across. I didn't have enough space for this, but we talked about it. So exhale, inhale, down. Exhale, reaching across. So leading with the rib cage. Exhale, reaching across. Inhale, down. Last one. And inhale, down. Bring your hands behind your knees, just rocking side to side. And then head nod. Roll yourself up to seated. So you're ready to move on to the next video, which is your leg work. So more bridges and side leg series and some stretches. So we're just at time, and have a rest and a drink of water.